Sorry guys. Sorry Rojak. I already closed out after you you told me the solution. Okay. I'm gonna give you guys a few like a couple of minutes to rejoin the stream. Oh my god. Oh my god. Eh. Let me just get to the new chapter first. I honestly prefer this map. Seeing it like this is better. Okay, I'll give you guys a bit to rejoin first. Hey Jair, welcome. Hello, hope you've been well since yesterday. Hold on. Okay, let's hope the stream doesn't crash again. Okay, let's hope, because this time I don't have a reason to switch out the I don't have a reason to switch the scenes, the sources for OBS. So hopefully, you know, everything will be okay this time. Hopefully it won't crash again. Hello, welcome back, Spirit. Welcome back. Yeah, sorry. I know Rojak gave me like a solution in the last stream. I completely forgot. I actually just already ended the stream by the time he showed that. Sorry. You forgot yesterday was Monday. Your schedule's so cooked. It sounds like your time management is cooked. I hope everything's going well for you. I hope whatever you have going on isn't like taking out too much of your time then. Okay, let me just do this. Okay, everything should be okay now. Alright, so yeah, let's just start. I can't believe that happened. Motivated Alpha, welcome back. Hello. Okay, battle preparation. So the first thing we do is fight. Okay. This looks like it's gonna be a Chrome chapter. Probably with Strikehawks. So maybe we won't see much of the Grey Ravens then. Imprisoned site. Your #1 title. It's okay, Motivated Alpha. You still have time. Overcoming countless adversities and witnessing just as many lay down their lives, the intrepid heroes continue to search for hope on this most harrowing journey. You literally told your mom yesterday was Sunday after my stream ended, and he got a smack on the head. I mean, technically, it's probably still Monday somewhere in the world, so technically you're not wrong. Most people did not know that this journey would be unworthy of adulation. From the moment they set forth, they were doomed to a life entangled in shadows. It's okay, closing OBS through Task Manager basically bypasses closing the broadcast so you can start from the same stream. Alright, yeah, I'll do that if it does crash again this time. I don't know what's going on. It's not my internet this time, thankfully, because everything seems to be running smoothly. But I don't know, maybe OBS has an update and I haven't updated it yet. Can't really tell though. Hello. New alpha frame. I haven't seen it. I have been keeping myself unspoiled. I wanna check her out once she actually arrives in the game. But I'm sure the others have seen it. By the way, Steffi, welcome. You can discuss the new alpha frame together in the chat with the other alpha lovers. It's okay if you want to discuss it. I don't think it really counts as spoilers. I just personally only want to see it in game when it finally, you know, when it's in its final form. You're pulling for your only wife. Your guild was like, how did you not know Siege had 0-hour reset? Oh yeah, am I still in a guild? I should probably check that out later. Reading this file, enshrouded with deceit, the names of these heroes remain unknown. Perhaps we only survived because we knew nothing. Are we reading a book or something? What's with the super dramatic writing. Lucia swipes her battle log, lost in thought, stopping at a location on Earth surrounded by ruins. You want to use alpha, want to do freestyle. Oh, OBS does have an update, it's horrible. Okay, maybe that's why it keeps crashing, because I don't think I've updated it yet. She has a midriff! Congratulations to all who wanted that. Gonna move like Raiden from NGR. Your guild ranking top 25 in Asia Pacific. Oh, Pacific. No, Pacific. Congratulations. On the wall of the ruins, she sees a mysterious piece of synthetic paper containing this excerpt from an unknown novel. Oh yeah, it was a novel. This most harrowing journey. After completing their underground mission at City 075 and installing the bit domain nodes, Grey Raven had already returned to Babylonia for several days now. I almost forgot that this happened. I feel like we've been doing interludes for so long. I actually forgot what happened the last time in the main story. However, Lucia remains in the preparation room, reviewing training material from the battle log database, only because their new mission had ordered them to remain here on standby. Could be, you know, as punishment, because we did... Well, the Commandant did go against orders a lot. Although such respite is a luxury, the fact that everyone else is working double duty while only Grey Raven sits idly in the preparation room requires no further explanation. Yeah, it's definitely a punishment, isn't it? 6 packs. Midriff is very important for the plot. It is very important for the plots. I love midriffs on both male and female character designs. I don't know what it is about the belly. It does things for me. Seems like the decision to postpone the investigation on the Commandant's insubordination has to do with more pressing military concerns. You have tried to apply for other missions and even spoke with previous contacts. Regardless, the response across the board was just take a few days off. I mean, of course, the workaholic Grey Ravens would consider a few days off to be punishment. This really is the best way to punish them without outright torturing them, huh? But even when the team tried to go out and enjoy this much-needed R&R together, they were met with a sneaking suspicion. Whether it was the dubious behavior of people in the plaza or cameras following them as they passed by, they all silently stated the same fact. We're becoming famous now? Your dream before your gym alarm rings at 4:30 a.m. Me and Lucia sitting on a couch reading a novel with a blanket while drinking hot chocolate. You love Lucia's and everything. Did you hear motivation? You heard it when I mentioned your name, Motivated Alpha. They were prisoners in a cage. Confirming this, you order everyone to return to the preparation room. The team had planned on discussing the current state of events in a more familiar setting, but upon returning to the preparation room after their brief outing, they found that the weapon reserves had miraculously disappeared. Only some basic equipment and daily necessities remain. Okay, so they're seriously going out of their way to make sure that none of the Grey Ravens leave? I mean, again, this does feel like, you know, a proper punishment for them specifically, for this team of workaholics. We are punishing Grey Raven. Oh my god. We are punishing the Grey Ravens. The Grey Raven that are being punished. Just as you go to ask the staff about the situation in the preparation room, you are escorted away and have yet to return. It's been almost 2 whole days. I was escorted out for 2 whole days. How have Liv, Lucia, and Lee survived this long without me? Lucia looks at the clock at the bottom of the terminal, frowning slightly. We need to monitor memory replays caused by the corrupted mind beacon. So we still have the whole flashback problem thing. This is what one of the unfamiliar personnel had said to her as they escorted you away. Lucia wants to accompany you, or at least keep an eye from a distance, but the personnel comes prepared. As soon as she opens her mouth, one of them suddenly drops a large stack of inspection reports and work certificates in front of her. They're giving her paperwork, the contents of which contain a series of stringent terms and warnings. They're punishing our Lucia with paperwork. Oh no! Wait, Lucia, can you even read? I mean, she was an orphan child, right? Did Hasen or Nicola even bother teaching her to read? Are all of my Grey Ravens... No, I think Liv should at least be able to read. But are Lucia and Lee... are they able to read? This chapter is so well written. It's also written by Echo Aria people. But that's the last one. No worries. Okay, so I can expect multiple replays and flashbacks then. If you get days off as a Grey Ribbon Commandant, you'd be spending time with Lucia and going on dates. The one time we had a day off, we went to what was it? Water theme park with everyone else, with a bunch of with our team and a bunch of other people, and it still ended up being a work day too. It still ended up being like some kind of secret mission. So really, I think that means that the Grey Ravens actually never get days off unless we're being punished. Wonder if Alpha can do taunts. Oh, can any other playable character do taunts? Are they adding taunts to the game now? To the new Alpha character? Did you see what was on the reports just now? Yeah. Not like I disagree with any of it. They're not trying to pull the wool over our eyes. We got Babylonia mode now. Alpha, the inverse crown. They're just putting extra emphasis on some possibly dangerous symptoms. There's no need for more medical treatment without any sign of symptoms, but they are within reason to monitor the Commandant's condition. I'm not talking about the contents of the report. I mean the doctor's signature. Kugawa? Oh, is he like a controversial doctor or something? And you guys just left me with him? Even though it's just a first name, I've seen his handwriting in the database. Kugawa had already joined Kurono, as a doctor during the Great Evacuation. Oh, it's someone from Kurono. Now that Kurono is part of Babylonia, he rarely makes his presence known. Ah. EMC characters can do taunts. Oh, really? You mean the characters in the, from the collab? Or do you mean the characters, like, actually in DMC? You get a lot of days off after Chapter 17, because that's when event stories are available, and they're fun. Oh. DMC characters are just Dante and Portal. Okay, so we do eventually stop being workaholics. That's good. That's better for our overall health. I know that the others are, you know, constructs, so they probably just need to recharge every once in a while. But, you know, I'm still a squishy human. I need rest. Dante and Virgil, even still, their bond is unbreakable. They carry out covert operations to this very day. Do you think him being assigned as the Commandant's doctor is a coincidence? If that's the case, there should still be a familiar face or two among the people that took the Commandant away. Not to mention, even if that wasn't the case, neither the President nor Celica gave us cause for alarm. I mean, do the President and Celica even... like, are they even wary of Kurono? I'm pretty sure Hasen has a reason to be wary of Kurono. I think they hinted at it before. And Lee, of course, is wary of them. So is Vera, kind of. But, I don't know. So far, I don't think we've seen any kind of indication of what the President or Celica feel about Kurono. I mean, if the President, you know, if Hasen doesn't really trust Kurono, then why let them join Babylonia in the first place? Dante, yes, Dante. Dante Wakiwazu Pizza Man. That would mean something is prohibiting them from making a move for the time being. The plot thickens. Lucia glances around the now slightly more spacious room, suppressing her worries deep within her heart. She returns her gaze to the yellow synthetic paper on the hollow screen. Dante likes lasagna and chocolate one day. We only survived because we knew nothing. As she reads the passage, and silently, images from her battle with Alpha fill her mind. That was when you chose to trust her. That was when she saw fragments of Alpha's memory as their minds merged. That was when she finally saw her suppressed memories and the truth. The truth of the previous Grey Ravens. The truth. She may have unlocked the deepest recesses of her memory. We need money, that's why. That's the only reason why they allowed Kurono to join, huh? Because they got the money. But that does not mean that she has been looking at the whole picture. Who has not experienced something like this? Even if you remember the entire conversation you had with someone, you have no way to peer into their heart, to understand the true meaning behind their words. Even if you fully restore the many paintings of your memories, you have no way of knowing what lies beneath the thick layers of paint. As for the whole truth, she still remains uncertain. However, based on what Alpha said... Okay, if it's a flashback like this, you know, of something that happened in a previous chapter, I don't mind it. Just don't go getting like Echo Aria where you show me something that happened literally 5 minutes ago. Whether it's Luna or me, being chosen by the Ascension Network was just the starting point. The beginning. ... Quietly muttering to herself, she meticulously recalls the memory fragments that Alpha had left in her mind and attempts to place the puzzle pieces into her memory. Ever since I became a construct, I thought Luna was dead. She opens the notepad on the screen and organizes her thoughts while jotting down a few keywords. I only recently found out that Luna is still alive. Yeah, that is recent, isn't it? She found out when... Yeah, she found out during the Kowloon battle. And that was like in chapter 12. We're only in chapter 14. It just feels so long because I've been doing other stuff since then. Oh my god, yeah, that was pretty dang recent. Seeing that Alpha stands at her side as an ascendant. Told you, as long as you qualify, you can come on Babylonia. We gotta have money. It's the apocalypse. Why should money matter anymore? Lucia writes in her notes, Alpha was likely discovered by Luna when she was suffering from severe punishing corruption. That's when she became an ascendant. But based on my understanding of me, the choice to become an ascendant is not made out of seeking vengeance or power. No, it's for your love for your sister. It's because you're a Syscon. Was it because she couldn't return to Babylonia? Or was it because she saw Luna again? There are other possibilities, of course, but nothing substantial enough to steer me down that path. The Kowloon Metropolis incident. The Kowloon Metropolis battle. War. The time we beat up the Kowloon people. I'm sure the me back then must have believed that becoming an ascendant would have led to a better tomorrow. After all, she was suffering from such severe punishing corruption. Her only options were to become an ascendant or join the horde of corrupted. That must be it. Her choice must have been made on the basis of numerous factors pushing her down the opposite path. True, but I do believe that the main reason is because of Luna. I don't think if, let's say if Gabriel were the agent chosen by the punishing virus, if Gabriel were the one who approached Alpha and asked her to join, I don't think she would have joined. It's because it's Luna who appeared, who asked her to join, that she joined. You got money, knowledge, power, skills that are usable, they'll be welcome to Hey, welcome to Babylonia. Less about money and more about resources. Yeah, that's probably it, right? Because Kurono, early on during the apocalypse, they were already known to be like the attack dogs. They were known to be the faction that has very powerful constructs already. So yeah, why wouldn't Babylonia want them? That is super useful. Yeah, money kinda equals resources. You would think that after everything has been destroyed, after stuff like big companies don't really matter, and consumerism is dead, you would think that by then money wouldn't matter either. But I guess not. Money does make the world go round. If she is calling this the starting point, what's next? She searches the information from the memory fragments in her mind, and recalls Alpha's voice as she calls out to her comrades. Neural, Jun, and Hero. See, she doesn't even mention the last Commandant. What was his name? Ravage? She doesn't even mention him. She tried looking for them before she regained her memories due to an uneasy feeling. She's attempted to trace the whereabouts of her 3 comrades, only to discover that their names had been registered among a list of martyrs with the chilling description, perished in the fight against the corrupted. So they do have like a list of MIA or KIA soldiers then. Kind of like the Rock in Naruto. The Rock monument. Black card is the currency of the game. We all need black cards. Especially with Alpha being released very, very soon. I hope all of you all have enough black cards at the ready. And that was it. The trail went cold before it even began. Check sharing a brain cell. The moments you guys share a brain cell usually are about black cards or garlic bread. While Lucia is deep in thought, a stern expression covers Liv's face as she suddenly strokes a lock of hair on the right side of Lucia's head with her fingertips. After seeing this peculiar gesture, Lucia quietly moves the screen to cover her notes with the battle records. Lee has his head down as if concentrating on a thing in his hand, but His gaze is firmly fixed on the doorway. They're all so worried about me. Ah, you guys. The guards have changed 17 times since this morning. Whether or not this is due to precautions made by the trio, the guards have yet to enter. Shortly after you left yesterday, they received an anonymous encrypted message on Lee's terminal. Speak carefully, act cautiously, refrain from doing anything for now, wait until daylight to inspect the room. Oh, we sent in a secret message. Oh no. Do you think Celica would work for free? Okay, yeah, that's where all the money goes, huh? Paying Celica's paycheck. I see. Did you say garlic red? Garlic red. Yes, black cards and garlic bread unites us all. Summon the Council of Garlic Bread. Hi, Kashiki. Welcome. I hope you've been well, buddy. Okay, the trio is suspicious at first, but given previous events, they're not entirely in disbelief. In the morning, the group had cleaned the room. Doing so, they uncovered several bugs that were planted by an intruder. Only then was their remaining disbelief abated. Huh. So, that actually brings up a good question. Do they have janitors on Babylonia? You'd assume so, right? Because I'm sure they get dust and stuff up in space. But do they have people just specifically being janitors? Or like do they have robots and I guess other constructs in charge of just cleaning? Lee has quietly moved some storage crates to specific positions in the corner while Liv has draped your coat in a peculiar spot. Fellow garlic bread enjoyers, once the corners with those little gifts had been blocked, the guards begin showing up at the door out of nowhere. After that, the trio discusses quietly among themselves. They decide to remain in the preparation room and rest. That way, they will not draw any suspicion while they wait for you to return. Cleaner bots. Yeah, do they have like little Wallies running around? You know, Wally! Which bank can we rob in to get black cards? I mean, you guys feel free to discuss robberies in the chat. Just letting you know, if I get questioned about it, I will assume ignorance. I'll pretend that I don't even know you. We only survived because we knew nothing. Why is this happening? Because the Commandant violated military orders during the last mission, but they said they weren't going to look into that for the time being. Is this just an excuse to buy time? Is Wanshi in trouble with us? Now that I think about it, we were fighting Selena with Wanshi. Did Wanshi get in trouble too? He shouldn't, right? Because at that point he'd already done his job. His job was basically to scout around and keep an eye on the Red Tide while everyone got their nodes ready. And by that point, you know, he'd already done his job, everyone was already in position, so like he didn't really have a reason to stay with Hans and the others. Do people really think we just let Luna go and that we're keeping her whereabouts a secret? Oh. Okay, so we're being interrogated because of the whole thing with Luna. Ah, I see. We have Cube Evas, they're cute. Even if Hassan and Nicola thought it was necessary to deal with it now while the war still rages on, they would have chosen a more appropriate method to go about all this. Is there a more appropriate method though? You know? Because, like, yeah, doing it straightforward like this, just taking the Commandant in for questioning, that sounds like the most formal, straightforward, and unshady way to do this. This does seem like the most appropriate way. At the very least, an arrest warrant would have been served rather than letting the Commandant be taken away by those people on the grounds of monitoring. But there has been nothing of the sort ever since this all started. Perhaps it's as Lee mentioned, they're also trapped in an invisible web and need to be more cautious than the Grey Ravens resting in the preparation room. Rojak, you're denying your mouth and tongue its purpose. Eat more garlic bread. If that's the case, what does this web known as Kurono want from the Commandant? Whether it's Luna or me being chosen by the... We just saw this! Come on! Come on, writers! You just showed us that flashback in the same note, no less. Are we now forced to stand here at this new beginning too? Alpha. Suddenly, a familiar voice in the corridor greets the unknown inspector standing outside the door. However, the door between them makes it hard to discern who the voice belongs to. Murray! Oh, Murray? Lucia turns her head to look at Lee, his eyebrows tightly knit. Looks like she's right. It's Lee's little brother. You always have garlic bread. Testify or alibi. No, I gotta cover my own ass. If anyone asks me, did you know anything about their planned heist on so-and-so bank? I'll just say, nope, not a clue. Don't even know who these people are. Marie is speaking with the inspector. Maybe they know each other? Spirit, is this the chapter where we meet him? Lucia asks as she turns up her audio module sensitivity slightly. Hey, fancy seeing you here. Are you guys here to... What are you up to today? Even though the trio cannot see what's going on outside, they can hear the contemplation in his voice, as if someone is stopping him from saying too much. Murray, why aren't you in trouble with Kurono and the others? Because I'm pretty sure at this point, both Hasen and Nicola know that he's kind of working with the Ascendants. Maybe not working for them, but with them, definitely. So, like, how come we're the only ones in trouble? Is it pretty privileged? Is it because Murray looks hotter than us? Is that why? Even though the trio cannot see what's going on outside, they can hear the contemplation in his voice, as if someone is stopping him from saying too much. Sounds like the person standing outside is just someone following orders. Yeah, they're just doing their job. I don't really blame the soldiers waiting outside. Who is him? That nug guy. No, I think it's later. We get to meet a new character soon? Remember when I said they wrote the next chapters depending on the popular choice in chapter 13? Of connect and don't connect? Well, you're seeing it now. Ah, it's when Plume and Alpha works together. Okay, so I guess they like, did they actually write out a separate alternate path? Like, is there any way for me to see the alternate path, or is it just this is the only one that they chose to write because of the choice that the players made? Her judgment is not based on her personal understanding of Murray, but on her common understanding of the position. Lucia listens to the conversation outside closely in an attempt to pick up any clues from the casual remarks. Sorry, am I interrupting your conversation with someone? After all, you look... Is it though? Don't remember that guy almost killing Chrome. Think Chrome does not request a lot of support. Someone almost kills Chrome. Sounds like a normal Tuesday. You only report if anything happens. Gotcha. I just didn't want to interfere with your work. Looks like he's just a scout. The other party lowers his voice and says something to Murray that even her sensitive audio module cannot pick up. Perhaps he only mouthed a response or made a gesture. Of course, glad I'm not bothering you. You guys have been working late the last 2 days. When are you off? Oh? I thought they changed up the guards every, 17 times already. The man outside the door responds quietly, to which Murray gives a genial and polite laugh. This is the only one requesting support. So you're not off until you get results. Well, keep up the hard work. Results? Are they not on a surveillance mission? Are they looking for something? Alright, I'll stop prodding you about your mission. Want to get some afternoon tea? Your favorite cafe is back open. Murray, honestly, I'm not shocked that he that he was already discovered by Hasan and Nicola, if this is the way he gathers information, by just talking loudly. I'm surprised the guards haven't shooed him away for how loudly he talks. Favorite cafe? That must mean he's speaking to a human. And he's also trying to distract the guy, trying to get him away from the entrance to the room. It's very, very obvious what he's trying to do. Murray, how are you still alive? Where's my tea and crumpets? Not cookies, it's crumpets. Does Alpha like lemonade? Ah yes, request and support. Gacha games, they'll write us gacha game as the game goes on. That's why there's 2 interludes and Echo Aria before the chapter. They were stalling to write this. Oh, so the interludes, they weren't all released at once? Why did I think they were all released at once? Okay, so they added the interludes. I guess, the later characters get the interludes later and stuff. Okay. I don't know why. In my head, I thought, oh, they released all of the interludes all at once. Huh. Well, I'm dumb. Oh, right. Is Kugawa off today? Want to invite him? A stern look washes over the faces of the trio standing in the preparation room. Why did I say preparation womb? He said the K word! He said the name! Kugawa! A Kurono henchman following orders is pacing outside the Grey Raven preparation room, searching for some sort of results. Trio speculated that the current situation may have been due to violating military orders during the last mission, suspicion over a private link with Luna, or even because of serious symptoms from Mind Beacon corruption. But based on the current information, this appears to be the worst-case scenario. Seems like a plot that had been in the works for quite some time is finally coming to fruition. Okay, so it's not because of all those 3 reasons that they mentioned before. It's not because of any of this. Kurono has a hidden agenda. In life, you either play alpha or not alpha. Just like that, Murray was able to convey this fragmented information to the trio inconspicuously through the right volume and chit-chat. Was that inconspicuous, though? Because to me, it was very, very conspicuous. And with that, Murray laughs with the guard as they both walk away. He actually managed to get the guard away. Damn. The guard's stupid. What's wrong with connecting with the cinnamon roll? That's right. We're not getting punished for any of these things because it wasn't wrong. It wasn't wrong to do this. It wasn't wrong to do this. This, though, isn't our fault. But yeah, we didn't do the wrong thing. Once no more movement can be detected from outside the door, Liv takes her hands off the desktop. Receiving the signal, the other two begin to relax a little. Up until this point, Lucia never thought she would need to use such a tactic in the Grey Raven's preparation room. She shakes her head. SMH. She shakes her head gently and looks back at the screen. She presses her hand on the side of the screen, opening up a hidden data file on the terminal. These were the records and data she quickly searched when she began to feel a disturbance in her memory. She felt a disturbance in the force. However, at the time, she could only access the external data due to the file encryption. After recovering her memory and returning to Babylonia, Lucia asked Lee in confidence to copy the data onto her terminal and decrypt it. Rules are rules. Rules are meant to be broken, according to Kalis and Stell from HSR. You'll always connect to my queen. Did we ever have a mind connection with Alpha? Not directly. Like, we connected with Alpha so that Lucia could connect with Alpha. So I think technically we did connect with her at this point in the story. I don't know what happens in the future. Under heavy surveillance, Lee had hastily decrypted a portion of the file. Once decrypted, Lucia had obtained a casualty report. However, aside from the list of casualties for that week being several times longer than normal, including Moral and Jun, nothing appeared out of the ordinary. I wonder if the previous Grey Raven Commandant's name was on that, because I honestly don't remember whether or not Ravage survived, or did Lucia, like, kill him off screen, maybe, if it wasn't mentioned on screen. Lucia searches the newly recovered memories in her mind. She cross-checks the names of soldiers and comrades in her memory with the names on the list. Yeah, we did, when we connected with Alpha again later. We have a connection with Alpha. It's in Crimson Abyss's affection story. Oh! First is in Fake Ascension. Okay. Anyone know why the Mind Beacon... what the Mind Beacon is? Is it a chip planted inside the head? Or is it some kind of device they wear? For their constructs, it's the horn things that they have on their heads, right? I don't know what it looks like for the Commandant, though. Maybe for the human Commandants it is just a chip in their brains. She cross-checks the names of soldiers and... okay. All of the names that she can recall appear on the list, each marked with their chilling cause of death. However, aside from those familiar names, she sees several names she does not recognize at the same time of death. Those are... the names include 5 commandants, their squads, and dozens of researchers. Oh? Not only Ravage. Okay, so he is dead. But 5 other commandants and their squads as well? Wait, why are all the researchers marked with a lab accident for the Project Winter as their cause of death? The Winter Soldier! He strikes again! Don't think it's called Mind Connection, is it? Oh, the horns are inverse shards. Whoops, sorry. It's for the Mind Beacon, it's quite complicated. I mean, if it's something like a spoiler, then yeah, I'd appreciate if you guys don't mention it in chat. But I didn't think it was a spoiler. Mind Beacon is like those neck headphones you don't put on your ears. Oh, You mean these? I guess? Kind of? I thought these were the mind beacons, but they're the inverse shards, huh? Oh, sorry. Lucia looks at the undisclosed Project Winter, then meticulously reads through data on each of the researchers. Most of the researchers were transferred from Kurono, but a select few are listed as confidential. Oh, as Lucia continues to read through the file, she discovers that 2 of the researchers had died more recently than the others. This casualty report is being updated. Why would they be recorded along with those that died a long time ago? Huh. So a bunch of Kurono people either are getting killed, recently, and they're just adding their names to past records to cover it up. Or these guys really did die at that time, and they covered it up then, but now it's being revealed. But what did they need the Grey Raven Commandant for? Only Commandant wears a mind beacon. Ah, okay. Although, does a terrible job at it. I don't think Alpha ever got a mind connection from us. Fresh out of hell, what's up? Welcome back from hell, Quarry. Hello. Why don't you take a nice cool shower? I heard that hell can be quite hot. Lucia begins to connect the dots in her heart. She looks back at Project Winter. What even is this project? Why do I keep pressing the button? What even is this project? She cannot figure out anything purely based on the name alone. Perhaps that is the point. Thinking for some time to no avail, she looks back at the 2 researchers on the roster. She notices that they worked in the Science Council up until their death. Come meet me in hell. No, he just got out. Don't drag him back in. Their names were Anne and Rand. Okay, well, to anyone whose name is Anne and Rand, I'm sorry, but your names are boring. If they were members of the Science Council, maybe Asimov knows a thing or two. She wants to ask him about it, but then remembers the message they received. Speak carefully, act cautiously. Lucia looks up to see Lee reading the terminal as he assembles a tiny robot. What you making a tiny bot for? After decrypting the data, he resisted the urge to speak several times, as if he'd had a sneaking suspicion about the identity of who sent the anonymous tip. Is it not me? Is it not the Grey Raven Commandant? You're not in the guest list, don't think we'll meet. Anne Rand. Project Winter, do you not remember this chapter, Alpha? Motivated Alpha? Who sent the message? Whoever it is, we need to tread lightly. Project Winter. Lucia stifles her concern once more, then turns to look back at the screen. 11:55 a.m. What's the situation? Same as last time, the specialists are gathered around... Hey! around me performing tests. Why are they doing tests on me? And why aren't you two stopping it? Neither of you look happy about it. Celica, do something! I went to have a look a few times, but their act and their documents are both pretty foolproof. I couldn't find a way to get the Commandant out of there. Can we do what we did last time and have people from the Star of Life provide treatment? Yeah, why don't you have people from the hospital provide the treatment? Their people infiltrated their ranks, ages ago. Without fixing the fundamental issue, they'll just take the Commandant somewhere else to be monitored. We're getting monitored now, huh? Project Winter has been mentioned several times. Oh, thought you were talking about Alpha. Getting a mind connection there. We'd better just leave it to Asimov. Turning his mind to some other important matter, Hassan lets out a nearly imperceptible sigh. What do you mean you're turning your mind to something else? Hassan, you're really just leaving me to the wolves? Hassan! Come on, I thought we had something special. Ever since this mess has started, the other project has been put on hold. It was supposed to be top priority, but all these disasters keep distracting our wonder kind? I never heard that term before. If we involve the Science Council in non-technical matters at a time like this, I'm afraid it will only make matters worse. I hope he can solve these complicated technical issues to the point of being able to pass it off to his subordinates. Huh. So, we're really just... You guys really are just leaving it to Asimov to cover my ass or something? You two really are just abandoning me? Celica, you two? How about the others? Same old, same old. They can't keep going like this, Mr. President. Before he can respond, a young staff member walks in and salutes. Hassan, I thought you were her wife. Pyroth and the other Lucia affection story are canon. So, a lot of the affection stories aren't canon. I didn't know that. You would think that, making it so that the players have to actually pull for the characters and like go through the trouble of giving them gifts and stuff, you would think that would mean that the stories that come from those would be canon, would be super important. But I guess making them non-canon also makes sense because not everyone is gonna have every character and is gonna give all of the characters gifts all the time. So yeah, you know what? Never mind. Forget I said that. Maybe making them non-canon really is more important. Asimov knows things. All Lucia affection story is canon. Politics. Asimovo knows. Oh wait, I didn't really notice. This guy is a whole new character design. How's the Commandant holding up? Seems like everything is normal. Is this like a Kurono NPC? And that's why he's different? What do you mean, seems? According to the report given by experts, the Commandant periodically falls into a state of comatose with increased subconscious activity. I'm in a coma? During breakfast, Commandant just stared at the cup. Last night, the Commandant was pacing around in the room. Sure didn't look normal, at least. Why is looking at a cup and pacing around not considered normal? What's wrong with looking at a cup? They're canon, only Chu isn't? Really? Why does she get special treatment? He skipped all the affection stories. I haven't done any affection story, to be honest. I haven't even been, like, collecting gifts or anything. They're canon, everything. Nah, you don't think so. You don't think they're canon? Okay. Even normal people would do this sort of thing if they have no way to keep themselves entertained or sleep. Anything else? We're not allowed to sleep either? Haven't you guys... Didn't they take the Grey Raven Commandant like 2 days ago? The Commandant hasn't slept for 2 days? How dare you? That is actual torture. How dare you? Only some are canon. I'm streaming the stream. No, it's happening again. You only did Alpha and Luna affection stories. Sometimes I dream that the stream is on, but I didn't know it was on. So you guys like just... The microphone just heard me talk to Aang a bunch of times or something. Watch the Lucia one on YouTube. Plume to be exact. We're not supposed to tell me? No! Sleep is for the weak. Because the one who wrote her newest chapter isn't a good writer. That's why. God help me. So you guys actually know who writes these different stories? I guess it's kind of like how the Hoyo games know which chapters are written by Xiaojie, huh? There's just something about the writer that they leave behind in the story. Maybe they have like a signature thing that they do to the story then. They submitted an application claiming that the Commandant violated military orders due to the issues they're currently looking into. If it continues on like this, constructs linked with the Commandant may also begin to exhibit abnormalities. So... Wait, would that include Luna, though? I mean, I don't think we're currently linked to her. I don't think we're still linked to her, but we did link to her once, and we actually linked to a bunch of other constructs, right? I think we even linked with Tifa once. He takes out a small chip and hands it to the exhausted Hassan. I'm also exhausted now, Hassan. Sleep, oh, what nice things. Polaris Bond really confuses you. Sleep is nice. It's death being shy. Never heard anyone say that before. Can anyone explain? You can read all of the affection stories. Oh, so you can tell me for a fact that only Chu isn't canon. The other stories get referenced back a lot. Oh. Still, interesting. Why is it just Chu who doesn't get a canon story? Alpha's affection story will be canon to you no matter what. So they need to monitor the Commandant for a few more days? Correct. Hassan takes the chip and nods. He watches as the staff turns and leaves. Mr. President, I was worried this was gonna happen. You mean the effects of Mind Beacon corruption on the Commandant? No, the Commandant's symptoms are minor. Really? All of those flashbacks and me not knowing what's going on right now and what's going on in the past, that's considered minor? They didn't worsen during ground operations either, which is a far cry from when the Commandants were corrupted in the past. Oh, this happened to other Commandants before. We can now determine that the Grey Raven Commandant has built up a resistance to mind corruption. That's precisely why people are more worried. We haven't found out who leaked the Commandant's mission report, but now they know that Huashu detected the Commandant's potential ability to link with Ascendants. Ah, that's probably why Kurono wants us. Okay, so that's interesting. We have a punishing virus immunity, which is probably why we can link with Ascendants, because the punishing virus doesn't affect us. Maybe it does affect us, but not all that much. It's canon to me. The guy who wrote Polaris Bond is the newest Chew. The newest Chew chapter completely forgot the story existed, so it's no longer canon as a result. Okay, okay, I see. Can't quite make out the whole story. Even PTSD is a minor in the apocalypse. You know what? Fair enough. It's canon. You don't care what anyone what anyone says. Keyboard is broken. Everything is canon. Wesley, welcome. Hello. Hi. We haven't found out who leaked the commandant's. Okay. I wasn't expecting Hua Shu to find a back door the first time I let Grey Raven use the Spear of FOS. This is worse than I thought. Hassan holds the chip in his hand, lost in thought as he looks out to the vast cosmos. Why are you looking at the vast cosmos for? Wait, hold on. Has the chat not appeared on screen at all this whole time? The fuck? Wait, let me check. Streamlabs, are you okay? No, not Streamlabs. I have it, the chat on Stream Elements. Why isn't it showing? Okay, now it's showing. Huh, that's weird. Leslie, hello. Greetings. Meant as quite a good reader if you can't make out Polaris Bond. Yeah, it hasn't. Wonder what new Alpha's affection story is gonna be like. Oh, wait. So, the affection story, like, it's not like every frame has the same affection story or anything. Even though it's the same character, they get different stories for different frames. Oh, okay. I think you guys told me this before. I think I just forgot. Now, don't know who you are, but keep going. Hi, hello, welcome 152. How big is canon? Is a ship canon? The canon of the Great Sunny. So very motivated alpha. You have 50 froggies, and that's all for Lucia, right? The froggies are only for. So you can give the gifts to any of the characters in any of the frames, as long as it's the same character. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not for a specific frame or anything. 50 froggies, give that to me. Okay, different frames have different stories. Okay, okay. Yeah, I think you guys told me this a while ago, and I guess I just forgot. The new 16 diary gifts. You didn't get them yet. Okay. Huh. Okay, so that means that for every new frame, so even the new Kamui and the new Alpha, they each get a new affection story then. Ah. All this monitoring is just false pretense. The Commandant's resistance to mind corruption is just their window of opportunity. How long can those sharks wait in the depths when they smell blood in the water? Again, you would assume that if you don't trust Kurono this much, why would you let them join in the first place? Hasen, how many more people must be sacrificed this time? Froggies are for Lucia and Alpha. Okay, so it's for both of them. Different frames also have different affection bars, if that's what you're asking. Okay. Alright, so that means... Yeah, that means that I have to get way more gifts if I want to... Like, if I want to unlock all of the affection stories then. Because right now I have 2 different Lees. So that means I need double the amount of gifts for Lees. Oh. Both Lucia and Alpha likes the froggy. Okay. Get 25 stars, 54 stars, gift box. Different frames have different stories, but since they're the same person, their favorite gifts are the same. Okay, so Lucia and Alpha are probably the only ones who share a favorite gift then, since I don't think any of the other characters are like clones of each other or anything, unless that's a spoiler for the future. Silence hangs over the bridge. Yeah, you do. Celica opens her mouth in preparation to speak, but she finds herself unable to muster a response. Even after protesting the reports for everything that had happened, she only had a rough idea of what was unfolding. Nicola once told me that squads with a close-knit bond would end up like Suzaku. Oh, that's actually a pretty cool squad name, Suzaku. Damn. Okay, I wish that were our name. Imagine punishing Suzaku. Oh. He didn't outright say it, but I could tell by the look in his eyes that he was worried the squad would go rogue. Oh. Ooh, okay, so Suzaku is a squad that went rogue, I guess? Huh. Just watching them on YouTube is easier. Okay, you do it the hard way because you like the game. Yeah, I guess if you don't have all the characters, then yeah, watching the affection story on YouTube would basically be your only choice then. Lucia likes froggies. How could I be more clear? When are you gonna give us garlic bread? I don't know if I should be sending garlic bread out to you guys. It might grow moldy before it reaches you. You have too many gifts. Me too, Project. There's also 4-star, 3-star gifts that you can give to anyone. Oh yeah, like the chocolate. I think I have some of those. You can give different gifts to any construct, but some gifts give more affection points. Okay, so it's not like I can't give Luna Froggy, but Froggy would be more impactful to Lucia and Alpha then. Ah, okay. You got too much too. Whether it's because we cherish their talent or to prevent them from going rogue, we cannot hand over the Commandant. At least not until we ensure that the Commandant is safe from whatever it is they're planning. In that case, it's not that I'm unwilling to get involved. Good to know, it's not that you're unwilling to get involved, it's just that you won't. Regardless of personal reasons, they're still loyal to whoever is pulling the strings, just as they are to their respective posts. Eliminating all of them would only make it more difficult moving forward. Yeah, I guess. You don't really have the manpower to spare to eliminate all of Kurono, and I guess if you eliminate Kurono, then you'd have even less manpower, huh? We need to come up with a more clever plan to get us out of this stalemate. We need people willing to fight for this cause without drawing their attention. I mean, maybe you could ask Octalek for help? Or even Unc Watanabe? You know? You would think at this point they'd be a little more willing to work together with Babylonia. But I guess not. I wonder if they have any beef with Kurono. Or maybe it's because they have beef with Kurono that they're so unwilling to work together with Babylonia in the past. Yeah, it's very easy to figure out. The game puts a little heart gift when it's the favorite character. Okay. You're screwed, you don't have much. You got a lot of gifts. Or just read the description of the gift. Oh, okay. Suzaku is Tifa Squad. Oh! There are many people with 99 gifts limit. They put limits on the gifts? Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess if the affection story is finished and you've already completed the affection, then there would be a limit then, huh? So Tifa's squad, what I remember from that is that their commandant died and then Tifa went rogue. She got corrupted and became kind of an ascendant, but I don't remember if the rest of her squad went rogue with her. I don't think so, because I think I remember in a part of the story like she was fighting some of her squad mates, unless I'm remembering wrong. Yeah, I don't think so. We need to think of a way to give the commandant some time to rest. If this continues any longer, anyone would succumb to exhaustion and drop their guard, regardless of mind beacon corruption. This is a common tactic in interrogations. Yeah, not letting your victim sleep is a very common, what was it? Interrogation tactic. Very common, not interrogation, what's the word? Torture tactic, I think. As soon as the Commandant falls into their trap, the situation will no longer be under our control. Go grind gifts for the new Alpha. If they do, then the Commandant and Grey Raven can't stay in Babylonia because politics. Nah. I mean, at this point, the only reason we're staying in Babylonia is because Lucia wants to. The second Lucia gives us the all clear, the second Lucia changes her mind, we're gone. We're leaving. Since Ishmael, you don't need to raise their affection level to read their story. Now it's called A Journal of Promise. Oh, that's right. We did do Nervachia's affection story to get her free stuff. Okay. So from a certain point onwards, you don't have to give gifts to the characters anymore. But I guess because a lot of people already collected a bunch of gifts already and like they went through all the trouble, they just let those characters continue needing gifts. Looks like we'll need someone else for the upcoming mission. Indeed, these past few days have been quite the ordeal. Let the Commandant return to the squad and rest up for a while. Where are you going to give the recon mission to? Let the nearby task force scout the surrounding area. As for the core region, leave that to Strikehawk. Okay, so this is a Chrome chapter. It's a Strikehawk chapter. The scout team is ideal for conducting reconnaissance. Wan Shi proved himself on the mission to deploy the bit domain nodes. Plus, he's more familiar with that area. Wesley is correct. You want the lobby interactions and secrets. Oh, did they not do lobby interactions anymore after Ishmael? Oh, okay. And after seeing the Commandant take full responsibility for acting alone, he's been keeping a close eye on the Commandant. Ah, so we're covering for Wan Shi. That's nice of us. Compassion is weakness. I understand this, and so do they. Leaving Wan Shi here only gives them another target. There's no point in getting Strikehawk involved just yet. The Commandant obtained valuable intel from the bit domain node, and Wan Shi's actions complied with regulations. They shouldn't have shouldered the blame. Some people believe that Wan Shi was following the Commandant's orders. After all, they were together. Even if they can make amends, the law must still not be broken. If one person gets away from breaking the law, anyone blindly trusting their own ability will surely follow suit. This is true. Even if it sucks, the law is important to follow. At least that's the official statement, correct? Originally, there was a way for the Commandant to avoid punishment. But now, some people want to impose additional charges to force the Commandant under their control. I've done a lot behind the scenes to ensure that the Commandant only has to endure confined treatment. Has put me at my limits. Ah, okay, so he did kind of help. Kind of. He just made it so that our punishment isn't so severe. Right now, the only punishment really is not letting the Commandant sleep. But it would have been a lot worse if Hassan didn't butt in then. All of your Lucius at love affection level, aka level 8. Gifts are just for unlocking home screen interactions. For Journal of Promise characters. Vanity, basically. Okay, pretty sure that's all. Are all of your Lucias fully motivated? Certainly get motivated because of Lucia. Mine is fully motivated. Extremely motivated, very motivated. All the motivations in chat. Hassan turns around and walks out along a path that has been worn into a luster over time by the crew. We have a meeting coming up. Where are you going, sir? Postpone it for half an hour. There are some things I need to confirm. He needs to take a shit. Full weapon unlocked. You forgot there's a lot of yap before Der Meister. Yeah, this is a lot. It feels this is still the first node, right? I haven't moved on to another node yet. A-rank characters still follow the old rule in fiction stories. Okay, Genevieve was the last one after Ishmael. Both of them, yes. Half an hour before receiving the new mission, Chrome steps into the spacious confines of the closed laboratory 5 minutes early. He pushes open the door to the dark room and greets Asimovo, who is sitting among an array of holoscreens. Right on time. Head down, Asimov gives Chrome a simple acknowledgement. The capsule beside him contains a new frame, currently in stasis. Chrome getting a new frame! What are we testing this time? Are we still gonna get A-rank patches? Service shop replaces free A-ranks, right? Oh, have we not had A-ranks in a while? Has it... Yeah, I think since I started playing, it's only been S-ranks. Have there not been... How long has it been since the last A-rank? Have they just not released any new A-ranks at all? Takes more for Commandant to snitch. I mean, that's nice. That's nice of us, right? We're covering for Wan Shi, covering for the Strikehawks. Free S-rank patches sure hurts. This chapter is where we meet the Perry Ball guy. Discord, we're no Discord just yet. You live in VNS. Thank you, welcome. Thank you for joining. Discord was the last A-rank patch. How long ago was that? Has it been like a year? It's both good and bad. Pull for a copy, and then before using the fragments from the shop. Oh, it's been 6 months. 6 months is a while, right? Okay, so I mean, it hasn't been as long as HSR. Star Rail hasn't released a 4-star character in 2 years, I think. I'm pretty sure it's been 2 years. Yeah, it wasn't the last one was Motza, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we haven't had a 4-star character in HSR for a lot longer. Dang. Discord came out when I was playing. Oh, okay, sorry. I thought I... Oh, so he came out the same time as Teddy Spectre then? Or she? Sorry, I'm not sure. Is Discord a female character? Discord came during the Bianca patch. That's no longer gonna happen for the game. Okay, well, I guess it's just gonna be S ranks from now on. I debugged your new frame according to the data obtained from the last combat simulation. I've re-established the virtual link for you to give it another try. Understood? No, understood. I need to remember he's British. As if already familiar with the procedure, Chrome plugs the cable into the back of his neck. Let's begin. Reddit will be the next A rank. No. Ooh, we get to play as the new one. Blazing Alpha is the reason the heart still beats. Surrender your wallet. Virtual link has been set up successfully. The operating environment is stable. Let's carry on with the test. I think the last time they let us try out a quote-unquote new frame for the story was Lucia, right? Ha! Missed.
I saw this coming. Don't move out of my sight.
He's not requesting support.
This will pave the path to victory.
Enemies have been defeated. Move towards the... Oh. He didn't request support. Regular battle testing complete. Now conducting overload test. The system will give you a lot of signal orbs. Using 3 pings costs shield, but makes the damage dealt by enemies invalidated while you cast skill. Okay. I'ma just be pressing buttons. It's fine. I don't need to understand this. Requesting support. Hold basic. Hold basic here to use his core passive when the gauge is full. Okay. Hold basic. Ooh.
I must get up.
He got hurt, but he didn't request support. No more support. Proceeding to the next step of the test. Press and hold the attack button to enter Frost Spirit mode. Oh, that's what I did. All shields will be consumed, but all attacks can invalidate the damage dealt by enemies. Okay, where are you? He looks so cool. Literally, he's covered in ice.
This will pave the path to victory.
To victory. The path. You British white boy. Warning, importing difficult enemy data. This will be the last step of the test. Ah! Yeah, he doesn't request support when he gets hurt anymore. Hello, Shad. Oh, I also just realized that he's not using a scythe anymore. Not like his requesting support frame. The path! Okay, where? Is it a gun? I don't know, he's throwing it. You don't throw guns, Chrome. Is it... It looks like a gun, because it looks like it has a trigger. You don't... You're supposed to shoot it, Chrome! Aren't you supposed to be some kind of genius? Because of more chunks on you, I am the support now. It's perfect to cool down your graphics card. Musashi takes more damage from tanks. Ah, all done. You can disconnect the test system from the data gate. If you want more exercise, you can call up the data of the corrupted next to it. Yeah. Let's leave. On with the story.
Excellent move.
He can support himself now. Give me his size weapon. You need to cool my phone. I need to cool my room. It's been extra muggy recently. It's been extra humid and extra hot. Okay, let me hydrate first. That was a pretty long node. Okay. Chrome opens his eyes to see the familiar dark room and Asimov's solemn face. You've been working hard, Asimov. How's the test data? You've reached a high enough degree of synchronization and proficiency to pass the test, but the core issues still haven't been addressed. Asimov clenches his fists and and closes his eyes. Chrome has never seen such an expression on this seemingly infallible scientific genius. Is there anything I can do to help? I can't do the British! Asimov grabs the mug on the table, swallows a mouthful of cold coffee, and shakes his head in a trance. You're a cool man now. Stop mining Bitcoin then. Your phone has reached 60 degrees? And you're playing AAA games on your phone. That's no longer a phone, that's a bomb. Put it in the freezer. Yeah, put it in the freezer. Or, you know, just uninstall the apps. Damn, 60 degrees. On a human. That human would be dead. This frame uses technology similar to that of Lucia Plume. Oh, I know. Before signing the agreement and applying to participate in the experiment, he fully understood the principles and risks of the project. Oh. So they're still, like, carrying out experimental stuff where you basically need the person's consent and agreement that if anything goes wrong and they get fucked up forever, it's not the scientist's fault. Huh. But Asimov's expression does not stem from the achievements of his research, but rather the costs. Lucia was reborn as Plume after sustaining life-threatening injuries during the Battle of Kowloon. Asimov had explained that she lost her original memory during the upload process. Despite having a backup of her memory, reintegration would have only caused a sense of alienation. Temperature is too much heat. You're sweating buckets. You need Asimov to experiment for a new Genevieve S-rank frame. Plume has not had any issues since then, and Lucia's memory still remains intact. Oh wait, is this like a hint that Chrome is gonna lose his memory soon? Is he gonna forget that he's Chrome and think that he's Smith again? Recently, she seems to have completely regained familiarity toward her memories, and has gradually overcome the impacts of the transfer process. The original agreement stated that there might be similar risks, but the main purpose of this experiment was to resolve the negative effects of frame transferal. Are you referring to the risks mentioned in the plan? No, the plan only mentioned the hypothesis we made at the beginning of the experiment. But as this experiment continues, I've discovered that the technology still has a lot of issues that remain unsolved. To give you a simple idea, imagine filling a bottle with rocks and then casting it out at sea. Okay? Even though your mind, aka the bottle, is stable and able to retain all of these rocks, when uploaded into the frame, it would be inoperable, much like how the bottle would sink to the ocean floor. Okay, I think I understand. Thank you for explaining it in stupid language, Asimov. He's gonna request for support. Genevieve S rank would look cool, but I think she'll get one since her A rank got a lot of codings. Chrome gonna be saying, what? Lucia was able to synchronize with the frame without any adjustments due to additional data from because the data is compatible with her, just like the frame itself. Additional data? That's classified. Well, unless you have, like, a backup version of yourself, like Alpha, you know. Do you have another Smith waiting in the wings, Chrome? That's classified. I'm not at liberty to say much more. However, Asimov knows that specialized frames are special not only because they're created on the basis of all the data accumulated by Grey Raven thus far, but also because they contain data from the Ascendant, Alpha. When Lucia earnestly returned to the battlefield, she failed to ask the question that was deliberately hidden. Where did you get this Ascendant data? Okay, so if Chrome does end up losing his memory because of this new frame, is he gonna have to, like, get Roland's memories, get Roland's data, Ascendant data, then, to regain his memories or something? Can I have some chips with a bowl of water? Fish and chips, please! The answer was out of hope to put an end to this calamity, but was also to give rise to human strife. Ever since Lucia was uploaded into the frame, the Science Council has been collecting various data on Plume. We've made numerous adjustments, which allow you to safely establish a virtual link. However, only you can do it. That's because your specialized info device and mind are inherently more stable. Oh. Chrome is more stable? Well, I mean, I guess he has to be, right? To be able to handle Kamui, and now Kamu. And Wanshi, I think, is also a handful. You know what? Makes sense. That's why I invited you to participate in this program. What risks are we most likely to face now? I'm gonna stop now. No more British jokes. I mean, I won't promise to stop. Your mind is likely to experience any number of serious cognitive side effects. Common symptoms aside, you may experience mind deviation, much like how the bottle would sink to the bottom of the ocean. If it were to continue any further, you may experience mind corruption. Oh. Karasav Komodon Asamo. And then, okay, now no more jokes. At that point, you would lose control. Anything goes after that. Film was kind of a rushed project with a lot of data. Yeah, because she got hurt, right, in Kalong. But I guess it worked in the end because she had Alpha as like backup data. So if it does happen to Chrome, could we use Roland? Hi Astina, welcome. Hello, welcome to the stream. Wow. If you don't know what that's like, you can speak with the Commandant later. It's fine, I've read about it in the reference materials. There's no sense in bothering the Grey Raven Commandant. No, Chrome, I think Asimov is trying to tell you something. I'm being detained, Chrome! You gotta go check up on me, Chrome! However, since your specialized invert device has allowed you to serve as the Commandant of Strikehawk, oh, you're not the only one at risk. Okay, so he is technically, kind of, also a Commandant, even though he's not human, even though he's still a construct. Oh. I mean, yeah, he did pass the test to become a Commandant and stuff, right? If your mind experiences any deviation or corruption, any squad member linked with you will also be affected. Would Kamo be affected, though? I mean, he is the Transcendent. He's already, like, basically immune to the corruption. So, I mean, losing two out of 3 team members isn't the worst. Not that I want you to lose Kamui and Wanshi. Follow the recipe, Chrome. D. Astinel. Until we resolve whatever is making your mind susceptible to corruption, I can't let you use this frame. Chrome glances back at Asimov, who's looking at a large stack of files, ruminating about how to improve the frame. I'm no scientist, but I think if the core problem is data compatibility with mind, or as you put it, rock sinking the bottle, would it be possible to attach additional equipment to isolate it in parallel with the bottle? What do you mean? You want to add a balloon filled with air to the bottle? Asimov thinks for a moment, then stands up as if to say, Eureka! Then walks to the side of the lab and begins looking up something on the terminals. Rosetta. Oh! That's a name we haven't heard in a while. The research data from her transfer between the Centaur and humanoid frame. With the terminal's high processing speed, Asimov quickly finds the target file. He pulls up a chair in front of the monitors and begins to work assiduously. Kamu isn't connected to Chrome, so he's good either way. Okay, well, they haven't bonded, so that's why he's safe. Can someone explain Kamui's solar core to me? Kinda niche. Can someone explain Tenebrion to me? I still don't really get it. Seeing his bleak demeanor begin to recede, Chrome politely dismisses himself. I'll get going. Let me know if you need help calibrating the frame. Understood. Okay, what I said is absolutely correct. Rosetta, the horse mentioned. Yeah, they mentioned the horse specifically. He responds without lifting his head from his work. Up until Chrome closes the door, all you can hear is Asimov mumbling to himself from within the lab. Asimov is talking to himself again. I'm almost at a breakthrough. Ren, Anne, I won't let your sacrifices be in vain. Oops, so they're dead? Sorry for calling your names boring. Once the sound of footsteps outside the lab fades into the distance, Asimov opens an encrypted file on Plume containing alpha data, sent to him early on by some people. Why is it in quotes? The method, costs, and potential dangers of acquiring such data had been deliberately stricken from the record. Kamui is our son, that's all you need to know. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty straightforward explanation. Perhaps only when all of this comes to light will the truth behind these anomalies finally be revealed. Hello, Chrome! After leaving the closed lab, Chrome receives a notification from Celica on his terminal. There's been a change to the search and rescue mission. Since it's been assigned on such short notice, time is of the essence. Is it search and rescue of the Grey Raven Commandant? Because I have a feeling like I need to be rescued. Gather your squad and board the transport craft in 40 minutes. Some people. Mission details have been uploaded to your terminal. Let me know if you have any questions. Chrome opens the mission details and quickly scans the intel. The new mission is to enter the Longinus Blast Zone to search for abnormalities. It may appear to be an ordinary recon mission, but after you evacuate, we suddenly detected high punishing virus concentration. After you evacuated, we suddenly detected high punishing virus concentration within the area. A lot of people. A number of people. Could it be that it's not actually people and just one person? Is it Murray again? Suddenly? Correct. The specific location and concentration fluctuate greatly. Maybe it's just a false positive caused by various regional and climate factors, or maybe there's something hiding down there. Maybe it's something, maybe it's nothing. Who knows? That's why we're sending you to check it out. Considering the potential risk, this mission is best left in good hands. Chrome scrolls down to the intel log and notices a small line of gray text at the bottom. This task has been transferred from Grey Raven to Strikehawk. Oh. This was originally assigned to Grey Raven. The Commandant is indisposed and unable to perform missions for the time being. See, this is why Asimova wanted you to check up on me, Chrome. Chrome, this is another hint, another clue. Go check up on the Commandant. Have the memory flashbacks put the Commandant out of commission? Celica hesitates for a moment before realizing why Chrome would know about it. Seems like Wanshi sensed something wrong with the Commandant. Correct, the Commandant's condition has something to do with that. Wanshi just be blabbing. He's just telling his captain everything, huh? Roland in the chat, who let Nina send it here? Collection of persons. I mean, a group. Also, you didn't add that. What's a group of people called? A group. He sent for Celica in the past. Loki still do. I mean, she's hot. She's cute. But she also belongs to Hasen. Which, can't really blame the man, but still, he doesn't seem like the type who likes to share. He's a Luna simp, so he's good. Oh, there's Roland. Sorry I missed you, Roland. Luna is queen. Welcome. The phrasing of something filled Chrome's mind with doubt, but asking about it directly probably would not elicit a response. Understood. I'll rally the team. Chrome terminates the call, but before he can issue an assembly order to Wanshi and Kamui, the communication prompt flashes again. Oh! Wait, he's still alive? Did this guy not die in Chrome's interlude? So, is Chrome's interlude the only one without an NPC dying then? I don't remember much. I do remember this guy though. I received the test results. Due to the risks and restitutes involved with the frame transferal experiment, John Smith had also received a notice as the co-signer. Careful, you're playing with fire. You can always back out of the experiment if you need to. Is that concern I see, Mr. Smith? Group of primates. Oh, he's good then. No, he's very alive. Okay, so, why did I think he died? I mean, it's not like Chrome would have killed him. I appreciate the concern, Mr. Smith. I'll be sure to tread carefully, but with great risk comes great reward. Spoken like a true gambler. What do you have coming up? We were reassigned to a mission meant for Grey Raven. I'm going to assemble the team, then proceed to the target. Grey Raven? Looks like they're in over their heads this time. Because of the Commandant's illness? From what I've gathered, illness is only an excuse for the Commandant to be monitored. Does everyone know our business at this point? Does everyone know that we get flashbacks and that we're basically sick? It's not a company secret anymore? Really? Hola, amigo. Hola. Hello, Roland. The Commandant is being monitored. Yes, but that's just the start. Grey Raven has a lot of trouble coming their way. Not only are they dealing with this mysterious illness, they've also got people trying to uncover their past transgressions in order for Grey Raven to be a stepping stone on their road to success. Oh, is it, oh my god, what's her name? The really good-looking NPC from Liv's, what was her name? The one who used to be Liv's Commandant. Is it her? Is it her again? I completely forgot her name and her squad name. But is it her? Past transgressions. Why is that? These people are planning on using the Commandant's condition to put them out of service. Yeah, it's gotta be her, right? It's gotta be Liv's past Commandant. He's a fate banner believer. Our business is to experience PTSD. Nothing new. But the Commandant still hasn't slipped up, so they have to put their plan on hold. If the Commandant keeps this up, they'll try to stop Grey Raven by claiming that they violated military orders, had a private connection with the Ascendant leader, or that they're keeping her whereabouts a secret. How do you know all this, John Smith? Did this person, like, discuss their plans with you? Because you connected with Luna in Chapter 13, Babylonia's watching your ass now. I mean, fair enough. As they should. Vanessa? Oh, yeah, Vanessa. That's her name. Vanessa. Is it Vanessa? A private connection with the Ascendant leader. No, Commandant can do that. No Commandant can do that. And I don't believe the Grey Raven Commandant is harboring the enemy. Oh, Chrome. You sweet summer child. You have too much faith in me. It's just a possibility. Apparently, the Hua Shu in the enemy's hands determined that the Commandant can resist mind corruption and connect with Ascendants. Her squad is Egort. Not gonna answer. No wonder I don't remember her squad name. It's a weird name. After learning this, the enemy specifically asked Gestalt to verify authenticity. And the results were confirmed. Gestalt! Gestalt! Why are you revealing our secrets like this? I thought you were on our side. Why did Hua Shu think that the Grey Raven Commandant can connect with Ascendants? Because the Commandant crossed paths with them during the underground battle of City 075. Egret. Oh, Egret. Something like that. Where's Spirit Chan? Egret. Spirit, I think, is probably on his walk now. He goes on daily walks, I think. The Commandant wrote everything down in the mission report, but someone leaked it. Oh, even if the Commandant hadn't said anything, these people would have found out one way or another. Okay, so it's not like we tried to... Not like the Commandant tried to keep it a secret. He did add it to the mission report. I guess we're just a really honest person. Speaking of which, Vanessa's getting a full 3D model next patch in Babylonia mode. First time we hear her talk too. Oh, that means she's one step away from becoming a construct and being playable. I would pull for her. She looks very, very cute. I really, really like her character design. Gramps Spirit, about time. Vanessa getting a 3D model. Let's go! Yeah, let's go! Gestalt. Guess it. If it came to that, am I saying the name wrong? Is it supposed to be like Gestalt? If it came to that, falsifying the military report would only exacerbate their crimes. Who leaked the Commandant's mission? It doesn't matter. Even if you found out who did it, someone else would just take their place. Yeah, it feels like a lot of people are coming after my ass, huh? Is it because I'm too good? Is it because I was top of my class and I'm the best Commandant there is? People always be trying to drag down the people above them. Their network has penetrated into the very fabric of Babylonia. All the President can do is take every necessary precaution. Okay, so maybe it's not Vanessa. Maybe it's Kurono. I forgot that this is what the chapter was about. It's about Kurono. There isn't much he can do to prevent leaks. After all, the opposition has other means to implicate them. Not to mention they occupy numerous irreplaceable positions. Realizing Luna is the reason the heart still beats. Fair enough. You're saying correctly, just making funnies. Okay. Alright. If I do mispronounce anything, you guys feel free to let me know. I don't wanna disrespect anyone by mispronouncing names or anything. No one knows what the Commandant really did. They claim that the Grey Raven Commandant lost consciousness at the time. Even the constructs on Grey Raven didn't see Luna leave. They're still collecting evidence, but based on the current trend, the opposition is deliberately trying to forge evidence to achieve their goals. They're forging evidence now? What, is the fact that we linked up with Luna not bad enough? How do you know this? Yeah, how do you know this? Working in the political sphere, I have my ways. I am a smith, after all. The next smith will have to learn to piece together fragments of intel and speculation to get the whole picture. He really be saying, get on my level, Chrome. Chrome furrows his brows. His borrows? As I've lost in thought. Okay. Where is the Grey Raven Commandant now? Do you want to see the Commandant? Yes. People need to use whatever they can to get rid of any other unnecessary troubles. I'm telling you all of this intel just to remind you. Is he hinting at Chrome that he wants Chrome to assassinate us? To assassinate the Grey Raven Commandant? The fuck? I know you're interested in the Commandant's potential. I didn't want to interfere with you being around such an exceptional human, but The squad is already in too deep. Always with their agendas. Always with the political stuff. The last Smith I knew backstabbed people because he knows things. Which Smith are you thinking about? I don't know that many Smiths, to be honest. If you get too close to the Commandant, you'll be monitored and put in the same position. Just look at the other Grey Ravens. Stay away from them, or else you'll get caught in the crossfire. Trust my judgment and way of doing things, Mr. Smith. Even if I see the Grey Raven Commandant, I won't let them get the best of me. What do you mean, get the best of you? We won't try to manipulate you or anything, Crom. Come on, buddy. I thought you were assuming the best of me already. Please tell me, where is the Grey Raven Commandant? Fade to black, not telling. Alright, let me drink for a bit. Feels like these notes are a lot longer than usual. Okay. After numerous requests, Chrome finally gets a brief meeting with the Commandant on the grounds of relaying information on the mission. Oh, he gets to see the Commandant, but the Grey Ravens don't get to see their Commandant. I see how it is. The Matrix Smith, you're back. Spirit, Roland's been looking for you. Hide! Under the watchful eyes of soldiers and staff, the airtight door slowly rises up. Blinding light fills the empty room. A human is sitting on the cold and hard seat in the conference room, looking ahead with tired and dull eyes. Oh, that's right, they're not letting him sleep. Someone once joked that uncomfortable chairs can shorten meetings and make them more efficient. But when a person is left to sit on the chair for almost 2 days, the same cannot be said. Chrome looks around the room quietly. In this clean and tidy, unassuming room, cameras are installed in each of the 4 corners. At least, that was all that could be seen with the naked eye. Has the Commandant literally been in this room for 2 whole days? They haven't let the Commandant, like, eat or piss? Like, have we not been allowed to go to the bathroom? We must have, right? And if we must have, then that means they probably have cameras in the bathroom too. These guys are sick! He steps into the room and the door slowly lowers. Even though it's just the 2 of you, neither of you are able to speak freely under such watchful eyes. But anyway, you called Gramps. You missed Roland. Roland was looking for you, Spirit. Hide! Looking at the side of your pale and tired face, Chrome quietly clenches his fists. Before he greets you, he notices the projection equipment in the corner. The hazy blue light creates a 3-dimensional image of an antique clock with no tick marks or minute hand. There's only an hour hand slowly moving along with each swing of a pendulum. That's their idea of torture? A clock that doesn't tick? Can you get some context? Well, I'm not the one who called you Gramps, so I can't be giving you no context. Sorry. A small line of text below the clock reads monitoring schedule. It's difficult for those who have not experienced it to notice, but one's perception of time is infinitely lengthened by staring at a clock during times of hardship. What do you mean Roland came? He came, he saw, he conquered. Okay, my my mic fell. Before coming here, Chrome had heard that the interval between examinations and treatments was 2 hours during the day and 5 hours at night. Anyone who's worked at the Star of Life knows this frequency of treatment for patients with serious illnesses is normal. I mean, I guess he would know, right? With Wan Shi and everything. But that is done under the conditions that the patient is in critical conditions are looked after without being disrupted, not monitored in confinement. Well, I guess that just means that we're not in critical condition enough, you know? So since we're not in critical condition yet, they have to put us in critical condition by not letting us sleep. However, if an appeal is submitted due to the frequency of treatment, the other party would just come up with a series of written terms to prove that they are not violating any rules. The Commandant's hardship would be hidden between the lines. Very helpful. I aim to please, such as being isolated in this empty room for an extended duration. The blinding light and cold, hard conference chairs make rest nigh impossible. Numerous monitoring equipment in the room, soldiers and staff pacing outside, the clock without tick marks, the all too convenient monitoring interval. Singling out any one of these reasons would give no indication that there's any foul play. Yeah, it's just a coincidence that this place has a lot of cameras. It is a meeting room after all. Yeah, it's just a coincidence that we left that clock there. Whoops, someone forgot to turn it off. It's just a coincidence after all. You're not accepted by Gen Z or Millennial. Are you a boomer, Spirit? You're... I didn't know that. Oh my god. No wonder you're called Gramps. No one could complain that the room is too clean and empty or that the seats are too uncomfortable. You shall create your own path. Good luck then. Create your own generation. But together, this is enough to make life wither away with each swing of the pendulum. This is a prison in every sense of the word. Chrome wants to say something, but he finds himself unable to speak under such watchful eyes. Seeing the clock, Chrome cannot help but recall that you downloaded Edgar Allan Poe's short story, The Pit and the Pendulum, from the database. Oh? Huh. So the Grey Raven Commandant is a Poe fan? Did the Commandant ever finish reading the story? Regardless, Chrome has to do something. Hello, Grey Raven Commandant. Hi! I mean, whatcha? That's what the British say, right? Whatcha, Chrome? You slowly turn in the direction of the familiar voice to see Chrome standing by the door. The white paint from his coating reflects the blinding light in the room, as if enveloping him in its radiance. He's glowing! He has a halo effect on. No, you're Gen Z, but you're like... It's like you're old. You like Linkin Park? Linkin Park? Really? It's Linkin Park, good sir! And stuff. As a guy who played IGI with his brother, you get nostalgia from it. I also get nostalgia from Linkin Park. They make very, very good songs. I miss Chester. Hello, Chrome? It's been a while. Hi, Chrome. You barely managed to muster up such a brief greeting out of sheer fatigue. In a trance, you sense an internal struggle in Chrome's gaze. I think if it were me, if I were the one who was forced to stay awake for over 2 days, the only thing you'd hear from me would be, huh? How are you feeling? Peachy, like crap. Quite obvious, isn't it? Don't ask stupid questions, Chrome! The lengthy interrogation regarding the memory replays and mission details have taken a toll on your voice prior to meeting him. No matter how hard you try, you cannot hide the raspiness in your voice. Linkin Park is peak, okay? It is peak! Those who say otherwise just don't understand. They just don't get it. It's not a phase. Chrome quietly walks over and stands in front of the chair. He turns slightly to block the blinding light from above, but the struggle in his eyes becomes all the more apparent. Have a seat. Stand up. Nah, I ain't standing up for shit. That won't be necessary. I'm just here to talk about the mission. Anyway, Babylonia has detected high fluctuations of punishing concentration within the Longinus blast zone. Wesley does get it. Yes, you understand, Wesley. If we can rule out any false positives, there might be something hidden there. Did you notice anything during the last mission? Oh yeah, we noticed a construct that's been MIA for a while. Now that I think about it, did anyone tell Ayla? Did we not tell Ayla that we saw Selena? Did we not tell her what the surface of the Earth looks like? Explains what happened during the mission. Listening to your explanation, Chrome records the main points in his terminal notes and draws detailed areas on the map. Thanks for the help. Looks like there might actually be something suspicious there. I'll bring some sensors along. Chrome, you nice human being. He's not human anymore though, is he? Chrome, you nice construct. Nods, then continues looking at the clock. How much longer do you think I'll be here? I don't think he has the answer to that. Chrome puts away his terminal and looks at the blue projection of the pendulum. Commandant, do you know when the pendulum will stop descending? Descend? What do you mean? When they can't get what they want? Are you the rat? We're just asking him straight up. Are you betraying me? Hearing the hint, he smiles. Correct, so not much longer. After he finishes speaking, the door promptly raises with the clear buzzing of an alarm. Chrome steps back, causing the blinding light to occupy your field of vision. Oh wait, or did he ask about the rat thing because of the Edgar Allan Poe short story? Thank you again for your help. Goodbye for now. He nods under the staff's watchful eyes, then leaves the empty room. Human. As the door closes with a heavy thud, your gaze returns to the white void. So this is just, that's what the Commandant's been doing this whole time. Just spacing out, looking at the white void. You know what, fair enough. Not much for him to do if they don't even let him, like, have a phone or access to the internet. Resident Evil 6? Have fun! It's just Kamui? We're not taking Wanshi or Kamu? Gloomy clouds blanket the sky. Golden rays of light struggle to penetrate the clouds, as if attempting to save what remained of Earth. The transport craft carrying the Strikehawk trio breaks... Trio, so... I guess Kamu isn't coming along. He's kinda sad. The Strikehawk trio breaks through the dark clouds and lands steadily on a patch of open land covered in yellow sand. As soon as the hatch door opens, a blonde figure rushes out. Which one? Aren't they all blonde? He looks around and shakes his head in disappointment. There used to be abandoned ruins here, but now there's nothing. Only scorched earth remains underfoot. Oh, this is the village, the little town that we were at. The one that was filled with people who wanted to die. Everything that was once here has been reduced to charred rubble, leaving only devastation. On your phone. You mean the phone that gets up to 60 degrees Celsius? Have you considered playing in the freezer? Billowing white smoke rises from the scorched earth. Cinderelling? How do you say this? Relinked? I think it's supposed to be just cinders. Cinders remain of everything that once was stretched out. Huh? That once was stretched out a hand, beckoning the distant sky only to vanish in thin air? Okay, Kuro, you need to do something about this. About this whole sentence. What? Well, this is ground zero for the Longinus strike. Chrome follows Kamui out of the cabin, then scans the surrounding area. Nothing is left here, but the punishing concentration still continues to fluctuate sporadically. You only play indie games on PC. Reduced to ash. Cinderalic. Is that what it's supposed to say? Kuro typo. Was it a typo if the whole sentence didn't make sense? Guess the show ain't over just yet. Despite the red tide having been cleansed for quite some time already, it shows signs of resurfacing. It shows signs of surfacing once more. Oh, after concerted effort to find Luna. Concerted effort? The enemy leader, her whereabouts remain unknown. Whoever was translating this part of the story, I think they were drunk. Whatever the reason, it's the sign of a colossal threat to come. But for Chrome, this recon mission has deeper implications after learning about the current state of the Commandant. If they can find the Ascendant leader, they can at least give some credence to the Grey Raven Commandant. Stay on high alert. We need to find the source of this anomaly ASAP. I don't think they've met Luna yet, right? I think Chrome and Kamui have only fought and run into Roland and oh my god, I'm blanking out. Who's the other girl? Lamia, right. Yeah, I think they've only fought Roland and Lamia. I don't think they've run into Alpha or Gabriel or Luna just yet. Cinderella Grey, one of the greatest anime. What's it like on the drunk surface? God damn it, Rojak. Looking at the ground in front of him, Chrome opens the map on his terminal and tries to figure out their current position. Based on the previous investigation, let's head northwest first. That's where a majority of the data anomalies that we have been monitoring are located. Kamui, go get Wanshi. You got it, boss? Oh, Wanshi never came back to Babylonia? They're picking him up here? Oh, you rang? Right before Kamui runs into... Oh, no, he came down with them. Right before Kamui runs into the transport craft, Wanshi stumbles out of it half awake. Shake me awake like that again and I'll blow a fuse. Don't do it. Don't do it, Kamui. He's got a gun, Kamui. The flight over here was so smooth I was out before I knew it. That's not fair. How come they get a smooth descent while the Grey Ravens basically had to crash land? You could sleep through a hurricane. Touché. So what's the plan? We need to find out if the red tide is still hiding somewhere, obviously. Wanshi furrows his brows, then looks around at the scorched earth. I mean, just keep an ear out for whale songs. Maybe Selena is still around somewhere. Get going for now. Later. Bye-bye, Crory. Thank you again for joining me tonight. Take good care of yourself. See you soon, hopefully. Several days have already passed since they were tasked with deploying the bit domain nodes, but you're still being monitored. He's wanted to investigate the Commandant's previously unmentioned symptoms on his own in search of treatment, but he's only been met with red tape. Ah, that's nice of you, Wanshi. I guess once a doctor, always a doctor, huh? Looks like this mission is just an excuse to keep Strikehawk out of the picture. A sneaking suspicion pops up in his mind, but he lacks the proper intel to back it up. Let's finish the mission before investigating any further. Bye-bye. As Wanshi catches up to his two comrades, the trio begins to make their way northwest through the acrid smell of scorched ruins. After a short while, Chrome's comlink begins to flash again. Looking at the time, I'm guessing you haven't made it too far. Correct, Mr. President. We ran another threat assessment of the mission. You may encounter a mass of red tide, so I've temporarily assigned Kamu to join the team. Yay, he does join. Yeah, now all of Strikehawk is here. The whole gang is here. Due to his particular nature as a transcendent, let him operate alone as much as possible. But don't let him remove the filter Asimov made for him. Don't let him take off the mask. Roger. He'll be there shortly. I'll leave the rest to you, Captain. And with that, Hassan terminates the call. Did the President just raise the threat level of the mission? No, he's just taking into consideration the potential risks by assigning Kamu to our team. But if the situation is really as simple as Hassan made it out to be, all they'd have to do is check if any area had slipped between the cracks. But are those areas the reason for the increased threat level? Damn, I was hoping for a change of pace. What, you've had enough of all of the crazy, dangerous situations, Kamui? You've had enough of the PTSD, Kamui? This place has been picked cleaner than a tub of ice cream in Kamu's hand. The darkness likes ice cream? I didn't know that. There's no red tide in sight. Not a single drop of watermelon juice. What was that? Hearing the familiar voice, the trio turns to see a resentful Kamu intentionally keeping his distance. Alpha is not here. It's not him. It's Kamu, Roland. Keep talking and I'll kill you. At this moment, an indiscernible figure flashes by, just barely within view. We haven't met Alpha yet. Yeah, no Alpha yet in the chapter. Who was that? Huh? Was someone running behind us? Kamu looks back, but the barren land is devoid of life. Oh, is it Selena? Let's go check it out. Alright, it ran off to the west, right in the direction of our target. We also need to check for any signs of the red tide. Leave that to me. The terrain here is too difficult to differentiate, Kamu. We can split up after we reach our target. New Kamui chapter is a good one. They really cooked. I'm very motivated Alpha if you didn't know. Yeah, I remember you mentioned that you had another account, that the Roland account is yours too. And you missed Spirit again, I think. Spirit, Roland is looking for you. Hide. Fine. The barren land extends outward like a vast ocean. Also, did you just call yourself VMA? I thought you didn't like calling yourself VMA. Under the time-worn and sallow sky, the distant horizon is obscured by smoke and dust, like the scorched edges of burnt paper. Kamu silently follows the trio from a distance, scanning the area for clues. But no matter where they go, the barren landscape is a lifeless monotony of scorched remains. Let's split up here. Right as Chrome issued the command, the team hears something nearby. Everyone turns towards the direction of the sound, but there's nothing to be seen. Do we have company? I can't imagine why someone would be in such a dreadful place. Maybe it was the person we saw earlier. Let's go check it out. Maybe it's Selena. I don't think... They didn't mention, but I don't think Selena was brought back to Babylonia. Right? So, they must have just left it here. Oh, that's not Selena? Okay, so they didn't just leave her here. That's good. The team proceeds in the direction of the sound, but all they find are footsteps containing the punishing virus. Even their footsteps are infected. You'll know later. Okay. Feels like we're being watched. Standing off at a distance, he scans the surrounding area. His gaze stops on the transport craft that had brought them here. I feel the same. Could it be someone who was here? Oh, is it Nanami? Nanami's usually everywhere. She usually just pops up wherever she feels like. We can't tell if it's the same person yet. They never found Selena, actually? Oh. Wait, really? I thought that the Grey Raven Commandant saw her and, like, recognized her as, Ayla's friend. Or maybe he just saw her, but, like, he didn't bother to go pick her up. Must be a corrupted or ascendant nearby, given the punishing concentration of their footsteps. Following Kamu's gaze, Chrome looks back at the transport craft. Why would they be hiding if they're an ascendant? To draw our attention? Or maybe they're wounded and trying to avoid a confrontation. Not doing a very good job at hiding, though. For people. Them people. Selena is swimming in the red soup. But there's no red soup anymore, right? I thought we wiped out all the red soup. It's not Nanami either. Ah, I was hoping it was Nanami. I miss her. Considering that these footsteps might belong to their target, Chrome determines to continue pursuit. We can't jump to conclusions. Let's keep searching. Grab a sensor and split up. Kamui, you take the west. You got it, boss. Wanchi, you take the east. Stay on high alert and maintain contact. Got it. Kamu, take the north. I'll take the south. Let's split up, gang! If you find anything or run into danger, don't get impulsive. Keep your comms on at all times. Roger. I am the dark. Wanchi and Kamui. Do they not understand splitting up? Why are you two still together? They said it requires more investigation, but will the Red Tide really be in such places? At any rate, there are only scorched earth and ashes left. She is of course an ascendant. Is it Lamia or Alpha then? Or it could be Luna. We have too many female ascendants. But it is true that high concentrations of punishing virus can be detected occasionally. I'll set up the detection device while you go and check the situation below. Let me know if you find anything. Ooh. It's the fat mosquitoes. The ones that Wesley likes. Isn't this the core strike zone of the Longinus Arsenal? Why are there hetero creatures here? Seems that the previous detection wasn't a false positive. There are some things hidden nearby. I guess there's still pools of watermelon juice nearby, huh? Ah! These hetero creatures are frailer than before. Ah, so you've taken care of them as well. The same is true for upper floor. Some hetero creatures here and there, but it's easily taken care of. Lamia doesn't have feet yet. I mean, she can turn into people. She can disguise herself as people with feet. You were in a very dark place that day. Yes, it may be because the red tide is declining. High levels of punishing virus can also be detected in the boxes nearby. Boxes? Oh. Although it may be residue, just to be safe. Let's break them all open and check. Yes, that's right. Wanna bet and see who finds more hidden hetero creatures? Why would I do something like that? I mean, can't Wanchi just shoot them from a distance? But I'll come to your aid if you're in trouble. Deal. Okay. Oh, there's a bunch of boxes, actually. Alright, start with this one. There are hetero creatures hiding inside. Defeat them. What is this, a scorpion thing? Looks like I was right. Box!
Let me handle fighting.
Wanchi fired and hit the debris. Punishing concentration also has the possibility of false positives. Nya. So, what are we supposed to find, Wanchi? We're just supposed to destroy everything? Wanchi, I did it! Yeah, you did it! I see, I'll come over to help. Good job, Kamui, good boy! Wait, that sounded from above. Is there a new batch of hetero creatures? Let's go check it out! Dun, 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 dun. Oh. Tuck, duck, and roll! Tuck, duck, and roll! Everything is on fire! Yeah. Oh, I see the bugs. I see the bugs with the big booties. There's more. Hey, he's joining us now.
You can't beat me!
I am the dark. Oh. They don't seem to have been lurking here all the time. Maybe they came from somewhere else? Not too many enemies left. Let's get it over with. Ooh, scorpions. Many scorpions. What are these? A new variety. There's not a lot of them. Maybe they got separated or only they survived? Alpha casually lurking in the shadows. She's the one controlling the scorpions. She couldn't get her hands on Derek. That's why she wanted a different pet now.
You can't beat me!
This area has been cleared. Well, the punishing concentration was also detected to be abnormal. Okay, let's call Cap over.
That felt so good!
Dun, 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 dun. Oh! What time is it? I think I can do one more node. Okay, last node, and then I will go to sleep. Kinda feel bad for Alpha here. Because we killed her pets. Chrome follows the punishing concentration in the direction of footsteps and enters a patch of scorched ruins. Oh wait, hydrate. Gotta hydrate. Okay. Even though the footsteps begin to fade, Chrome discovers a pack of unusual hetero creatures. Compared to those previously discovered, they more closely resembled an organism that once existed on Earth, scorpions. Yeah, they're scorpions. Right as Chrome discovers the pack of scorpion-like hetero creatures, they too discover him and launch an attack. After a quick battle, they let out an ear-piercing screech as Chrome rends them to pieces with his scythe. How's Kitty? Kitty's doing fine. So, this morning I brought Kitty and his mommy over for a checkup with the vet. The mom's doing fine. She's recovering well from her surgery. Aang is officially a boy. The vet confirmed it now. So, he's a male and he's half a kilo large. He weighs half a kilo. He's also doing well. He's recently, like over the weekend, he very recently started eating like wet food and dry food, so it's not just milk anymore. I still give him milk because like we still have that around, so like might as well just let him finish all of it. But yeah, he seems to really be enjoying the dry food in particular. So yeah, he's doing well. Aang is currently he's currently passed out. He's just tired, I guess. Yeah, he didn't really like the vet. So he's tired. Once Chrome secures the area, he puts on a pair of protective gloves and takes some samples for analysis. There's nothing in our database on these hetero creatures. Looks like we've discovered a new species. Maybe they've only started to emerge recently? Good news. He'll grow up to be a Fire Nation destroyer. No, he's the Avatar. He's supposed to be about peace and harmony. He's not supposed to be a destroyer of anything. Right now, actually, I'm considering getting like a really big plushie of Appa. You know, the flying bison. I'm considering buying a plushie of Appa and then just giving that to Aang. Regardless, their mission is clear. Chrome opens the comm link without hesitation and taps Asimov's name. Asimovo, Strike Out Captain Chrome, reporting in. I've discovered an unrecorded species of hetero creature. Send it over. There's something I wanted to ask you. Do you have a minute? That depends. I wanted to know if this type of hetero creature is a recent phenomenon. Sorry, we can talk about it later if you're busy. No, I'm just looking at the data you sent over. It looks like this type of hetero creature has already evolved again in such a short amount of time. Got a name yet? Yeah, his name is Aang, like the Avatar. Because he's a tabby cat, so he's like one of those grayish cats with an M marking on his forehead. But his M marking looks more like an arrow. And, you know, because he was born like a few days before the Avatar movie got leaked, I figured, you know what, let's just name him Aang. because of the arrow and, because of the movie leak. That way it will be easier for me to remember, like, the time he was born. He was born, I think, on 9th of April. So he's barely a little over a month old. Alpha is only here because Luna went missing. Oh. Wait. Luna's missing? Oh no, is she upset from... what was it? From combining minds with us? Did she... Like, was she so disgusted by connecting with our mind that she decided to just nope out? Oh no. But one thing is for certain, this is a byproduct of the red tide. Hearing this, Chrome's suspicions are confirmed. The red tide must still be here if hetero creatures are roaming around. Are you going to continue searching the area? Yes, thank you for your help. I'll contact you if we collect any more samples. That won't be necessary. Give them to me when you come back. I've got other work to do. He's busy, don't you know? Over 2 hours after Chrome ordered the team to split up. Even with each of the squad members installing a sensor in their respective areas, the fluctuating punishing virus concentration proves difficult to uncover any clues. Something did happen with spoilers. Patience. Yeah, I'm only on the 4th note. Calm down. I haven't even seen Alpha yet, technically. Her only sister. Does Lucia not count? Is Lucia also not considered a sister? The geology also offers no conclusive evidence except for the hetero creature from earlier. Perhaps this was due to the Longinus arsenal or someone intentionally covering their tracks. He has suspected that the red tide had retreated underground, but 2 hours of searching has not uncovered anything resembling an underground access point. Further investigations into the surrounding area and the task force's investigation into the underground city have been equally fruitless. Maybe there was an easier, albeit crude, method. You gonna start digging? Is that what it is, Chrome? You're gonna start digging holes? Gonna start digging a tunnel? Luckily, Chrome has brought a bag of explosives out, as powerful as jitter bombs, just in case. Did you get those from Karen? Based on the fluctuating trend of high punishing concentration, the sensors indicate the closest high concentration zone is 35 meters from the surface. If they get the positioning wrong and use up all of the explosives, they'll have to return to base or call for support. Requesting support! We need to reconfirm the positioning of the explosives. Given the fluctuating concentration, there are numerous possibilities. If it is only a polluted underground waterway, the real red tide would be elsewhere. With everything that needs to be done, hastily requesting support would only add undue burden onto others. The best course of action would be to continue checking. Lucia's just a clone. If you put Lucia and Alpha in the same room, then there will be bloodshed. Even at this point in the story, even after Alpha basically trusted Lucia to do what's best for Luna, just as Chrome is considering the matter at hand, Kamui's voice can be heard on the comlink. Captain, I found something. Understood, I'll be right there. He looks so happy. He looks so pleased to have found something. He's like a real golden retriever. Requesting support. Chrome rushes over to Kamui. He sees Wanchi kneeling by him, looking at a high concentration reading on the sensor. All of the data in this area is the same. Not to mention, the location of the high concentration is relatively close to the surface, at least closer than previously measured. Realizing that now is their window of opportunity, Chrome explains the plan to the others while checking the data relayed by the nearby sensors. But as quickly as the window opens, it closes as the data returns to normal. What? It's gone? What could it be? It's moving! Maybe the red tide is moving underground? That seems highly likely. Let's use the explosives to blast open an access point. He is our sunshine. He is. Look at him. Even even though he looks exactly like Chrome with the blonde and stuff, you could just tell he's the happier one. Where should we plant them? Looking at his terminal, Wanchi points at several highly concentrated spots on the map, with a long, drawn-out yawn. We have enough explosives to make 4 guesses. Let's choose these 3 locations for the time being. We'll save the rest just in case. We can increase the blasting depth by cracking the surface. That should give us more of a buffer. Yes, we're digging! Alright, my time to shine. What's it like on the surface? I feel like those are... what's it called? The code words, like the ones used to activate the Winter Soldier. I feel like that's what it is for me now. Kamui enthusiastically shoulders his great sword, then begins to hack away at the designated area, leaving a crack that vaguely resembles the letter A. By the looks of it, I'm guessing you've been playing Treasure Hunter? Kamui tilts his head in confusion. Seems like he's never heard of the game. My bad. Wanshi responds as he assembles the explosives. Kamui, that one homie. He's that one homie who's more like a puppy. He's Team Strikehawk's pet. What's that? Kamui continues hacking away with his great sword. He's using the sword! He's using the sword to dig a hole in the ground. It's a popular sandbox game for VR. It's basically what you're doing right now. People use it for exercise or physical therapy. It's quite the workout. But it's mostly popular because you can dig up tickets that can be redeemed for gold. I heard someone won 10 tons of gold and used it to buy their own private island. Literal gold? Not gold as in the in-game gold? Okay. Damn, I want to play that game. No way. I think I'll give it a try after the mission. Tough luck, there aren't any rewards left. The game was developed by the government to encourage people to work out, so they prepared and paid for the rewards beforehand. Damn. That's mighty nice of the government. Now that there aren't any rewards, the game's really died off. Well, that blows. Why do you know so much about the game, Wanshi? A long time ago, there was a sick kid who would just stay in bed all day and refuse treatment. I used it as a way for him to get some exercise. I can lend it to you if you want. Sweet. Is there co-op? We can play together. You really think Wanshi would want to play a game that requires exercise? I'll pass. I'd rather just kick up my feet. Wanshi sets down the fully assembled explosive device, then lets out a long, drawn-out yawn. Hey, was that sick kid you? He just said that he's the doctor, right? While Kamui waits for a reply, Wanshi becomes quiet for a moment, falling asleep right where he stands. I miss having that skill, falling asleep while I stand. Anyway, why isn't Kamu back yet? He misses his clone. He misses him. He walked fast. It'll take him a while to be back. Right at that moment, the trio sees Kamu appear nearby, unwilling to come any closer. Get over here! We've got enhanced gear this time around. That won't be necessary. I'm used to standing this far away. I am the Dark. Well, get used to standing here. But there will be missions without enhanced gear. I don't want to go through the effort. Kamu frowns and turns his back, ignoring Kamui. Suddenly, Chrome receives an anonymous encrypted message on his terminal. Any news on Luna? Who'd send a message like that? And to Strikehawk, no less. Chrome examines the metadata for any possible clues, but it's been scrubbed clean. There's no way to trace the sender. Our top priority is to find the red tide. There's no time to waste. Just like a golden retriever, Kamui is sharp. We may not be able to trace it, but I'm sure you have a pretty good idea who sent it. Do you think... I mean, do the constructs get enhanced smell? I know they have enhanced sight and hearing, but... You know, do you think maybe Kamui asked for an enhanced sense of smell? Just cuz? Chrome furrows his eyebrows thinking about the current state of the Commandant. Although he has speculated that it might be someone who's looking for Luna, it would be foolish to probe for information this way. I think it's someone who's worried about Grey Raven. Grey Raven? What happened to them? Oh, Kamui's the only one who doesn't know? Wanshi knows, because he was there. I heard something from my father before we left. Ooh, he actually does call John Smith his dad. Okay. The Commandant not only violated military orders, but is also facing accusations of harboring an Ascendant. Harboring an Ascendant? How is that possible? Does that mean the Commandant's confined treatment is just an excuse? You know about that? No wonder you haven't gotten much sleep recently. I just wanted to help treat the Commandant. After all, I still owe him. But it didn't take me long to realize it wasn't that simple. Grey Raven still doesn't know the whole story. If they did, they'd rather have their memories checked than let their Commandant be charged. Therein lies the problem. Lucia, being closest to the Commandant then, also lost consciousness toward the end, so there isn't any proof to exonerate the Commandant. Unless someone can find the target's whereabouts, they're gonna be monitored indefinitely and prohibited from performing missions. That reminds me, Hassan looked like he had something weighing on his mind this morning. There have been some other oddities as well. Oh, so they can't track down Luna, so they think that the Grey Raven Commandant is the one hiding Luna, but it turns out that Hassan is the one who's hiding Luna, right? Kurono thinks that the Great Raven Commandant is the one who's keeping an ascendant, but it's actually Hasen, and that's why he's acting extra shifty and why he can't really um focus too much on helping us. It's cause he's got an ascendant in his basement. Hasen, get that little girl out of your basement! Stop being a creep! Seeing that Kamui wants to question Wanchi, Chrome sticks out his hand to end the conversation. This isn't the place for chit-chat. Our top priority is the mission. Save it for when we're back in Babylonia. Roger. And as usual, Kamui is the dark. Oh, it's done. 27%. Okay, I don't think this is as long as chapter 13. So, yeah, I think this is good progress. It should be okay for me to leave it here. Yeah, chapter 13 was hella long. So I think chapter 14, even though the first note felt like really weirdly long, it's actually not that bad. Did I not claim anything else? Oh. Okay, yeah, we'll leave it here for now. So, what have we learned? We learned that Luna is missing and that the Grey Raven Commandant has been punished with solitary confinement and no sleep. Alright, we're just leaving it off here then. Okay, now, as usual, Luna is actually with me. We're discovering what it's like on the surface together. No! Not the surface again! Okay, Rojak, Roland, or Very Motivated Alpha, Kashiki, Jair, Spirit, if you're still there, Wesley, if you're still there, thank you so much for joining me tonight, and Styx, and Croyry as well, and Astonel, thank you so much for joining me tonight, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a good rest of your night. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Let's see, who else? Uyai Bienes, thank you for joining me as well. There are actually a couple of people who are new in the chat, right? Let's see, who else? I'm so sorry if I missed out on your name, but thank you to everyone who did join me tonight. I really appreciate it. Fun as always. Bye, good night. Yes, thank you, Rojak, thank you, everyone. Alright, take good care of yourselves. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Hope you have a good night's sleep. Take care. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. We'll continue this tomorrow. Thank you. Goodbye. Take care. Bye-bye. Always grateful for the stream. Thank you. Bye, Kashiki. Bye-bye. See you. Bye. Bye-bye. Take care now. Take care, children and grandchildren. Bye-bye.